Okay, we are back in the Snowplow test demo. Now, this is just a pre-alpha build. It's basically just a developer version, and I'm testing it out. Now, to begin with, you can. I'm just going to walk towards. There's the two pieces of equipment. We get a grader, which is called the Beast, but I believe it's a champion grader and has full functionality: wheel tilt, blade angles, tilt. I can up and down every angle you could possibly do, plus a wing blade. And I got it in very deep snow conditions. So I am going to, I think I'll take the, and then I got the international plow, which is a standard one. It's a sander unit plow, tandem axle. International is the brand. It says workhorse, but it's an international. See it on the front, international label. And it's got a front plow and a wing and full functionality. I got it already mapped out to my steering wheel. So I'm going to go and see how well I can plow all the snow from the road, and there's a parking lot. It's going to take quite a while. But I'm just going to show on how realistic this is. And there is no inside view, it's just outside view, which is kind of good because then you can see from the outside, you can see how everything is functioning. So to begin with, you got to start the vehicle up. So I'm going to glow plug and ignition. There, we're started. I can rev it up. And I'm going to put my beacon on, my headlights. There's the horn. I think X is the hazards. Let's go from behind. Yeah, see, hazards off. Revving it up. It's not in gear. The handbrake is still on. See the RPM meter on the bottom. I'll put the hazards back on. And let's put the wing down. There's the wing. Whoa. And there's the main blade. Attach it down. Whoa. If you go down too much, it'll actually tilt the vehicle. There's the wheel. I think I can do a wheel tilt. I got that mapped. Oh, I gotta put it, handbrake off. There we go. So we're gonna plow outside of the yard, and I believe coming up in the first, just outside the yard, there's a dead end. Well, I gotta raise up the wing of the plow, or the main blade is too low. And the tires are spinning. Let's straighten out the... There we go. I had it down too low. Not down. And I'm gonna go wide. Oh wow, I brought the blade down. Let's bring it all the way down. Now I'm going to try to put it in reverse. Oh, there we go. Reverse is working now. And wing up. Blade up. Okay, put it back in drive. Everything down. And I'm going to cut her a little sharper. There we go. Okay, reverse. Bring everything up. Blade up, wing up. You gotta make sure you bring the wing up far enough. Otherwise, you could back into a... whoa. Okay, let's get a reverse again. Whoa. Almost too much throttle. Okay, gas on. Now let's go wing down, and I'm going to try to drop it down around the corner and get the far lane, and on the way back I'll get this lane. So let's go forward a bit, blade down, wing down. Slipping a little bit. It is, I got the heaviest snow setting, so there is lots of snow and ice. Main blade all the way down. I can see the line of the road, the center line. So sometimes when you plow, you would actually go over the center line a little bit so that you're making sure you get everything moved from the middle to the outside. And we got a stop sign up here. I got to turn right. Obviously, I can't go left. So you got to be careful. Don't take out any signs or hit any obstructions. And I can change the angle of the camera too, just so you can see it go, but it's easier to be right behind it. So you can see that the snow's coming off. And I can see the center line. Let me get up a little bit higher. There, I can actually go back out too. Yeah, there I can get a good top view. I can turn right, which actually I may turn right. Yeah, I'll turn right. Try to get as close to those sticks. Those sticks kind of delineate where the edge of the road is. And I'm going up a steep hill here, so I got to get some speed. Oh, knocked out the post. That would be a traffic offense. Oh, I'm having trouble getting up. Spinning my tires. What? Sliding. Oh no, another post. But it does have the power, and the graders can pretty much get through anything. Oh, another post. Didn't hurt anyone. But you're not supposed to do that. Okay, let's try to misjudge that one. There we go. Slow down, throttle off a bit. I can't brake. Throttle back on. There we go. A little angle over to the right so you can see the snow coming off. Oh, watch out, watch out. Oh well. I could have lifted up the blade. I think I'll do that on the next one. I'll show you. A lot of times you'll go right over the edge to do some shelving. So if I wanted to, I could technically go up to go by obstructions, but then you got to go back and clean up that spot that you missed. So it's best just to bypass it altogether. There you go, right there, perfect. Watch out for trees, watch out for obstruction. Here's a parking lot coming up here. So I'm going to go into the parking lot, and I'm actually going to go past it first, and then I'll back up and go into the parking lot. And I'll do a couple passes on outside. Oh. Well, we can call the traffic department. They can replace those signs. Very realistic though. So I'm going to lift up everything once I get past this parking lot. Right here, so I stop. Up goes the wing, up goes the main blade, and I go in reverse. And I can actually look behind me, just so you can see. So I'm going to go past, and I'm going to do 2 passes in that parking lot. And then I'm just going to do this complete video in the grader, and then I may do another one in the road plow. Road plows are a little easier to operate. The graders have all kinds of functions. The physics and the handling are a lot different than a tandem. Now let's go down. Oh, main plow down, or main blade. Oh, too far. See, it was pushing up the grader. Okay. Now, you can go forward. And you're going to stay on the inside, and then I'll do another pass after to push it out. So let's go here, let's turn. Actually, I may end up doing 3 passes to do that parking lot. And let's get up past again. Stop. Blades up. Wing up. And you got to bring it all the way up because you do not want to reverse and back into a guardrail. See those guardrails there? And so you bring the wing all the way up, and then you're not going to hit any obstructions like poles or trees or hydro poles. And I can accelerate. I didn't realize I could actually have that mapped out. I got it mapped out now. Before, last time I did a test, I didn't have the brake and the reverse mapped out. Now it is. Okay, so I'm going to get past it again. Okay, let's stop. Okay, let's switch around view. Okay, it's in drive. Again, blade down, wing down. Very realistic. Unbelievably realistic. Okay, let's turn. Make sure I don't hit that guardrail. And turn as much into it. Yeah, this definitely might be a 3-passer. It does seem to be getting darker, so it must have gradual effects. Because I started out at a certain time. And it must have been just like getting dusk. Oh, I did miss a little snow. You see the windrow that I'm missing. I'm not sure if I didn't maybe have the blade down enough. Okay, let's do, I'm gonna get around this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let's go. And then turn. And again, pull forward, stop. And let's get a different angle. It is tougher when it's dark out, when you can't see anything. And you have to remember, plow operators have to plow in all weather conditions. So if there's zero visibility and completely night, that's when these guys are out. So backing up, I do have a little bit of wheel tilt on. Let's put her straight. There is a purpose for the wheel tilt. It's to, I believe going around corners, it's to relieve pressure on the main blade, I believe, so you don't break the housing, which is $50,000 replacement. So you gotta know what you're doing with this grader. It's not, the average person cannot just jump into it. Okay. Now it's getting tough to see. Let's get her a drive, wing down. Plow blade down, wing down. There we go. I just can't believe on how accurate this is. It's just the snow movement and the effect of the weight of the snow on the plow. Now a grader has a lot more power than a regular tandem plow. Tandem plows rely more on momentum. The grader actually has, well, it's got 6 wheels, it's got way more horsepower. And I'm just tidying up. I did miss that little bit. I'm not going to go back and get that. That will melt off. Just going to tidy up this close to the guardrail. Could call in a 4x4 to tidy things up if needed. Now, once I get past this, I'm just going to carry on down the road. You see the center line Wow, I can hardly see anything on where to go. Wow, this storm is super intense. But there's the guardrails, so you can follow the guardrails and you look for, sometimes you get blizzard whiteout conditions. You'll actually look up in the air for the hydro wires, because that'll be the indicator of where the ditches are. So you just stay away from those hydro wires and you'll be on the road. Because at times you cannot see the road. So here I am making sure I'm getting close to without hitting the guardrails. Wow, this is so intense. So realistic. And you gotta remember, I work with these pieces of equipment. I don't operate this one, but I do see them operational every day in rural plowing. And I tell you, if I ever thought on how they would handle, this is how they'd handle. See, I'm spinning my tires. It's just, so I lift up my wing and my blade. Oh wow. Back down. There we go. Got to release the pressure by lifting them up a little bit. They had too much pressure and the hill incline was too much and there was too much ice there. Ice buildup. Slow down a bit. Here's that road where I came from. So I'm going to bring this back here and I'm going to stop, turn around and do the other lane. So I'll show you how to do that. Wing up, and I'm going to come back here after and carry on back to the shop. So let's get, so I'm going to back up. Go, and then I'm going to take that corner all the way around the block to get that lane. Okay, let's do the view from behind. Now you can see that little, I can sometimes do 2 passes here to try to get that snow that's stuck in the middle. So, in gear, wing down. And I will tilt the wheels and I am going to turn right. There we go. And I may do 2 passes. There's one. Then I will, after I get that pushed over, I will reverse everything up. Try to get back around that corner. I can do this probably by just sight, back up, watching out for, oh, there's, see that stop sign, you don't want to hit that. I could have brought the blade up all the way, but sometimes you don't have to. Yes, here we go. Okay, there is a bunch of snow that I missed, but okay, let's, oh, it might be building up. That's what it's doing. It's building up more snow, I believe. And that happens when you're plowing. It will build up and you have to re-plow everything. So I'm going to just get a little tighter on the corner here. And then follow this all the way back around. Now it's going to be fairly... Oh, I was touching that guardrail. I can feel the pressure. So it's getting a little too close to it. Wheels are tilted. I think I can straighten them out. It's usually only for... Oh no. Oh no, I was stuck there. I had to lift up the wing to get going and drop her down once I get the momentum going. Yeah, so there's major ice under the surface. Whoa, I'm going downhill, I believe. That's why I just sped up. Get a bit of a better angle down. Okay. Okay, here we go. Very hard to see where you're going. But sometimes you got to do multiple passes to get everything over. So you do the main passes to clear out the middle, and that's why you see 2 or 3 plows in a row so they can get all the lanes of traffic cleared in one pass. Whereas otherwise, you just got to go over 2 or 3 times. And you can see a little bit of a mess here. I could push that over and then reverse. You see here where I had the blades up, and you can see fresh snowfall on the other side. This simulator is amazing because you see the differences in snow depth. This is where it hasn't been plowed, and you can see the other side where I've already plowed, and in just that time frame it's already built up again, which is exactly what happens in real life if you have continual snowfall. And that's why it takes so long to plow to get to the back roads, because you have to finish all the main roads, and sometimes when you get them done you got to redo them again, and they're priority roads for buses and main arterial traffic. Whereas the back roads are kind of a secondary thing, although they are important, because you could have emergency vehicles or dispatched to a house for, say, a heart attack or an emergency, and if they get stuck, they're in trouble. So sometimes they will dispatch plows or 4x4s to go with emergency vehicles in the event you have heavy snowfall conditions, which is rare, but it does happen. And I've had to respond in real life with a 4x4 to push and plow an ambulance out of a subdivision with a heart attack patient on board. So it does happen. It just doesn't happen quite all the time. Now you can see I'm trying to line up where I've gone before. Over here. So that's how I kind of know where I'm going, just by the differential in the depth of the snow. And I'm just going to try to, I know I'm going to have to replow that other lane. Okay, this is coming up to the fresh stuff where I just came through, and I'm going to go left and back into the yard. So I'm going to pull out, then I'm going to go left. I mean, sometimes I would lift everything up because I'm leaving a little windrow. Okay, there we go. Wow, I can't believe the snowfall accumulation's modeled into this. This is amazing. This would be an awesome, awesome tool. I think what I'll do is I'll go back in, and then I'm going to get the tandem out. I think I go left here. I'm going to park this in the garage and bring a tandem out and try to clean up and replow. I didn't expect to have to do that, but I guess when you got heavy snow conditions, this is the reality. Wow, it almost looks like I've never been here, and I know I have. So I'm going to plow right to the end of the yard. Even though I have plowed this once. Wow, it's taking a lot of power to get up this little incline. I'm going to get up to the end here, and then let's try to lift up a bit. There we go. Okay, so great. Everything up. Now I'm going to back into the garage. So let's go to change my camera angle. In reverse. Now I actually got better control because I got it mapped out to a foot pedal. And then when I get in the yard, let's make sure I don't hit the doors. So, get rid of the bump. Oh, stop. Handbrake on. Let's see where I am. There we go, that's good enough. So, it is, there we go. Oh, handbrake's on. So, let's turn everything off. Make sure I got the wing all the way up. The blade, actually you put the blade down when you park them. Reduces the hydraulic load. And let's turn off the beacon, the headlights, and I think the hazards are on too. Yeah, hazards off, ignition off, exit vehicle. Wow, look at that storm out there. Now I'm going to walk up to the, look how deep it is. It's still snowing. Look at that. It's so dark. Look at that. Northern Lights are modeled. And the moon. Wow. This is unbelievable. Takes a lot to get me excited for simulators, but this is one of them. Now I do, in real life, I do operate these pieces of equipment. Okay, let's glow plug ignition. There we go. Handbrake is on, so I can rev it up a bit, warm it up. And let's get my beacon on. Check the horn. Horn's working. Headlights. And I got hazards. Let's turn them on. Yes. Now I sometimes leave the hazards off so you can signal when you're going left and right. It depends, each their own. I'll actually turn them off just so I can do some signaling. Now, let's put everything down. Same thing. Front plow down. Wing down. Emergency brake off. And we're plowing. Now I'm going to try to, again, I'm not going to do that dead end. I think I'm just going to head right out into the main roads. But the key with these ones, they don't have as much power and traction as the grader. So you got to keep your momentum up. Once you get moving, you don't want to stop. You stop and you will get stuck. So I'm just going to pull up here and just go left and out. I can always come back and clean up that dead end, or I can call in a 4x4 to do that. Let's get above it so you can see, yeah, you can see the blade. I can actually go outside a little bit. And we're off. And you can see the snow build up. Now there's the corner. Can be tight in. And a lot of times you will have a wingman that will tell the driver to go in and out. I believe this one doesn't, so it's up to the driver to figure out how far they are away from the curb. And we will turn right again, just like I did with the grader. And you can see they do go a little faster, and you can plow off a little faster rate. But when it gets into hard ice conditions, these, you got to call them the graders. These plows struggle breaking through ice. The blades don't have the blade pressure or the traction ability. And this vehicle, this tandem axle plow will get pushed all over with the heavy snow conditions and ice conditions. I can feel it right now, actually sliding all over. I'm going to get down a little different angle, and we'll see that parking lot I'll come up to. Just trying to slow down. No brakes. Well, the brakes are modeled too. Oh, I'm going to have to back up a little bit. Okay, there we go, forward. Oh, I must have put the handbrake on by mistake. I think I got it mapped out so the handbrake is also on the foot pedal. So I'm going relatively slow. Just cleaning up the other lane. This is a lane that's already been plowed once, but the snowfall has come down and covered it up. Okay, here's that parking lot, which is also replowing. Yes, careful, watch those blocks. And again, I'll do a couple passes here. Going sharp. And then once I get past this, I will reverse. Okay, blade up, plow up. Look at the shadows too. It's pretty cool. I think I might do a pass on this lane too here before I go back in a second pass on the parking lot. Now when you do have, I gotta have the wing all the way up or else I would be taking out all those hazard markers. Even though I did take one out with the, okay, now let's, okay, blades down. Okay, accelerate. Blades down. I'm just doing a pass on here just because it has re-snowed. And that's what you got to do. You got to do these little cleanups. Everyone thinks you can just drive along, everything's fine. Well, you can't always. I can see snowfall still coming down. Blades up, reverse, and I'll go all the way back. Do one more pass in that parking lot. And I can see snow is still continually falling. And this gives you an idea of how difficult it is to plow. Like you don't realize on how bad the weather conditions are. And you're operating, you know, 10, 20 ton pieces of equipment. Well, you better be able to keep it on the road and know where you're going. Because literally you could kill people. They will crush a vehicle and literally open it up like a tin can. Okay, all the way down. Last pass through this parking lot. Oh, I just hit that. Oh, you see the blade popped up. I hit the guardrail. But the guardrail's solid, so it actually pushed the plow over and lifted up the blade. You will get damage to the blades if you hit enough, strong enough obstruction. Now I'm not going to clean it up even further. I could do another pass, but okay, there we go. Just getting stuck there, and I'm just going to keep on going back into the yard. And again, it's still snowing, so definitely going to have to come back and do some more passes all night long. They'll go on for 13 hours straight until you time out on your time, because by law you can't work more than 13 hours. Then you go home, you got to sleep for 8, come back in and start over again. And hope that eventually the snow stops and everything, even your back roads and everything gets completed. But this is a good little simulator for even the general public to actually see what people go through. I'm going to put this on Facebook too, just to show people what your plow operators have to deal with. And it is not an easy job. There's so much skill. You have to almost have the skill of being a rally car driver in adverse weather events with a 20-ton vehicle mass. And we're back in the yard, so I'm just going to push it up to the end and then back it in beside the other grader. Just going to pull up here and across. Now when I get to the end, blade up, wing up. Let's get the camera angle so I can see Oh, I might have to do a couple. I don't know if I can turn sharp enough. I might have to. Oh no, it seems to be turning. But I do have to straighten it up. Let's see and make sure I don't hit the. It is tough getting in. It's a little hump there to get up into the garage. Come on. Okay, well. Yeah, we're in. Now, let's make sure we're. Make sure we're not hitting the wall. And I can back up a little more. Emergency brake on. Beacon off. Horn check. Headlights off. Hazards were already off. Ignition off. And there you go. Climb out of the vehicle. Do a vehicle check. And normally you close the garage doors. But there you go. That is a little simulation. You can see the snow's still coming. So I'm going to have to go out again. That is a wrap. I still can't believe that the northern lights are modeled. And I don't know where the moon went. The moon disappeared. So there must be time effects. So, because I did start out at daylight, and the progression of time has gone. If I stay out long enough, it'll go back to daylight again. And you can see that was my time. It was under 5 minutes, I believe. That is it. Duke, over and out.